Hey everyone, welcome to Lady Overlander Radio. Tonight we're speaking with Regena Kowitz of TrailRecon. Stay tuned. Grab your favorite drink, whether it's a coffee, cocktail, or tea, and get ready. It's Ladies' Night on Lady Overlander Radio. The Lady Overlander Radio podcast is sponsored by Frontrunner Outfitters, Midland Radio, Go Treads, Sport Keg, CB Adventure Supply, Adventure Trail Outfitters, Overland Spices, and the More Expo. Hey girl, hey.
Hey girl, hey. What's happening?
Oh, not much. I'm just hanging out in Wyoming.
Oh.
You know. Diddling around.
Yeah. Who are you? I'm just hanging out in blistering Arkansas.
No. It's too hot there.
You can't even breathe to walk out. It's awful. 98 before humidity. It's 109 with humidity.
Oof. No, ma'am.
I'm hating life right now. Hating it. I know every time we get on here, I'm like, oh, this weather. Ugh. But really, it sucks.
Yeah. I just got back into Wyoming last night at about 10 o'clock because I came back from Expo Pacific Northwest from Oregon and drove all the way back over here. So
good show, I hear.
Yeah, it was great. It was a really great show. I really like the way that expo is laid out with at the fairgrounds that they have it at. And yeah, it was a really good time. I really enjoyed it.
Nice.
Definitely would go again. Would recommend. So
100% would recommend.
Yeah,
10 out of 10 would recommend.
Which is good because they want us to come to Mountain West. So we'll be going to Mountain West now.
I have been to Mountain West. I went a couple years ago.
That's the schedule. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, we have Mountain West coming up, and then the Teton Overland Show, and somewhere in there we have Big Iron, and we have what else? Rendezvous.
And Rendezvous.
Yeah, I think that's it.
That needs to be it.
It might not be it, but we'll try to make it. We'll talk about this offline. Anyway.
Don't make me cry, man. Don't make me cry. Who we got on here today? I don't recognize.
We have a guest. We have an amazing guest.
I don't recognize her.
Very excited about. You don't recognize her? It's the new hair. It's the haircut.
Oh, did you do something with your hair?
You know, and the glasses. I'm going with like the whole Clark Kent vibe. You know.
Yeah. Yes, I love it. I love it.
I'm trying that too.
I love the shirt too. I have that shirt.
Oh, Stevie Nicks?
Yeah.
She's coming in concert to San Diego in November. I'm so excited.
Oh, I saw her in West Palm.
I've seen her a few times, starting when I was in high school, but we won't talk about the year that was. So
I'm okay with not talking about the years.
We don't got to go there.
No years. I was in high school and we had a lot of fun.
Yes.
Moving on.
I had some fun in high school, but I was glad to be done with high school.
Yeah.
Done.
No comment.
Circus.
I went to high school in the hood, so I was very happy for it to be over with.
Yes.
Oh my God. Hey, old man, old truck.
Hey.
I need you to be first on here.
Oh.
Gen Xers Overland. Good evening. What an amazing guest.
Aww.
He's so sweet.
Aww.
Yeah, nice gladiator too himself.
Okay.
Yeah, he does. Yep.
Yeah, Brad drove a friend's Gladiator over the weekend. We met up with him for camping at Big Bear. And I'm like, just don't even think about it. I'm like, enjoy the drive. But that's, no.
Yeah.
We have enough going on. Yes.
Yes, we do. Our HOA hates us.
Well, they can get over it. I don't like HOAs, so that's fine.
Yeah. We're not breaking the rules.
I know. Salt and Sweet Tea Overland. Hey.
That sounds so southern.
Oh, it is. It is. They're awesome.
They just got married.
Oh, congratulations.
They did.
In Vegas.
On their overlanding trip.
Wow.
Let's just go to Vegas.
There's overlanding in Vegas?
They made it happen.
Okay.
That's married to it.
There's lots of public land around Vegas, so that's
there
where
is actually. So yeah, how fun! Yeah. Did they get married by Elvis?
That's what I'm saying. Did you get married by Elvis? Vegas is on my bucket list. I've never been, and I want to go. I mean, Aerosmith is there. I got to see them. Those dudes are like 75 years old.
They
I'm
get
running out of time. I'm running out of time.
They're running out of time. Yeah.
I'm running out of time. They're running
out of
out. We're running out of time. Anyway.
Yes. So tell us a little background on you. We've heard a lot about Brad over the years and TrailRecon and all of that, but you've kind of come into being on the show a lot more in the last year and a half or so. So tell us a little bit more about you, because I know a lot of our guests want to know more about Regena. So
okay. Well, I'm a native Californian, but don't hold it against me. I had no choice in where I was born and raised, but I joined the Navy, and that's how Brad and I met. I was a little older. I was 20 when I joined the Navy. So, college wasn't working out for me. So I'm like, oh, let's try something different. But Brad and I were both hospital corpsmen. And so we met on the ward, fell in love, got married. I ended up getting out after 6 years and one baby. We figured one active duty parent was plenty, because some people do it, and hats off to them, because that's a lot of juggling and sacrifice. And so I've had friends, and I'm just like, wow, that's amazing. But so I got out and got, a college degree or two while we moved all over the world. We were stationed in Japan twice. And
oh, nice.
It was fun. We loved it. Okinawa is a small tropical island, but got a degree in communications, public affairs, followed Brad around for a while. Every duty station, I had to leave a great job and get another one. So when we came back to San Diego for the umpteenth time with our three boys, we've got Devin as our oldest, and you've probably seen him on the channel. He has the other yellow Jeep in the family. It's the Willies, and he's 27. And our twins, Justin and Jordan, are almost 24. They'll be 24 in about 2 weeks. And Jordan's actually in the Navy. He's a corpsman, just like Brad and I were. And Justin is working on his college degree and working full time. But so we stuck around in San Diego. Brad retired from the military. I'm like, finally, time for me to focus on my career. I was doing public affairs, still working for the Navy, but as a civilian. And I worked for Navy medicine. And 2020 happened, which was a really busy time for Navy medicine.
Oh, yeah.
So I worked for a regional command. And so the Mercy, when it got deployed to LA, that was ours. So we we're working, basically everyone talks about how they got to stay at home and, didn't see anybody. I was working like 16 hours a day, 7 days a week during COVID. The Teddy Roosevelt, when the outbreak happened in Guam, that was our hospital that was supporting them. So it was crazy. So at the end of the year, I was just exhausted, and Brad's like, well, this TrailRecon thing is kind of working out. So
a little bit. So why you just quit and join me and relax a little bit? So it took him a while to convince me, because I really did love my job and what I was doing for the Navy. But I'm like, all right, twist my arm. So we took a trip to Washington State, and we actually met up with Nate, who has a channel, Dirt Lifestyle, and we did the trail with him and his brother. And that's where I decided, you know what, I can do this. So and now I've joined him.
Nice. And Nate has a really awesome Gladiator.
Well, and he has a Tacoma too. So he's been doing a lot of fabrication. He does a lot of his own fabrication, which is really cool. So he's just a really nice guy with the most adorable little kids. So
very nice. So would you say that this is more fun than being in public affairs in the Navy?
Oh my goodness. I'm sorry. Yes, I'm not dealing with phone calls while I'm on leave telling me dead bodies have been found in a parking lot, or I need to write a book one day, because some of the stuff I had to deal with in public affairs, you just can't make up. But I did work with phenomenal people, but you're on 24/7, because, I worked with reporters in the media, and when news happens, it happens. It doesn't care if it's 2:00 in the morning. This is definitely a lot more fun, a lot less stressful.
Well, thank you for your service, and thank you for Brad for his. And then you said one of your sons is also in the Navy now, correct? So
Jordan. Yeah, he's currently stationed with the Marines up at Camp Pendleton. So at least he's not too far from home. So, but thank you. And thank you for your service.
Thank you. Yeah, my husband and I both did 20 years. We were the crazy military, and with twins and then another kid. And so,
Yeah. Wow. You're amazing. Because yeah, the twins almost broke me.
That's why I drink.
Yeah, I was actually, so Brad was in, it's called Independent Duty Corpsman School. It's like a 12-month Navy cram school. When I kind of got pregnant with twins, it was not planned at all. And so he was the guy in the back of the classroom standing up to stay awake because they were born probably about 3/4 of the way through school. And then actually right before they were born, he got his orders unaccompanied to Japan for a year without me. I'm like, no, it's not going to work. So he ended up getting them changed, and we joined him in Japan. So, but
good.
Yeah, that was.
Ooh, that would have been rough.
It was crazy.
Yeah, my husband left for canine school for 4 months the day before they induced me. With the twins.
Oh gosh, I'm sorry. Yeah, twins are like, so many people tell me, oh, I wish I'd had twins. And don't get me wrong, I love my boys. But the first 3 years of twins with a toddler was pure insanity. I think I have blocked part of it off because I just don't remember parts of it. Brad's like, don't you remember? Like, nope, don't remember that.
No, we did it the backwards way. So we got the big twins, the twins out of the way first, and then and then our third kid, we were like, oh, you're here? That's easy. Okay, there's only one of you. Perfect.
That's easy.
Yep.
So yeah, it was crazy times. But
twins you can't childproof with twins.
No. Ours got into a whole tube of Desitin one morning.
Oh gosh.
Yeah. All over. We were actually stationed in Petaluma, California at the time, and it's a tiny little apartment.
Okay.
And they had it everywhere. It was terrible.
Could have been worse. There's always a silver lining. It could have been diaper content. So.
Oh.
Yeah.
Petaluma. So that's actually where my family is from. I was born in Santa Rosa, but they're all from Petaluma.
Yeah, I taught at the training center, the Coast Guard Training Center out there in Two Rocks.
Very cool. Okay.
Yeah.
But I grew up in Richmond, so you know the hood where I grew up.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. I didn't try to go there, but yeah, I know.
Oh, God.
So did I see that you guys got a van? Is that like a thing? Okay.
Yep.
Let's talk about that.
We actually had it for a while, and we bought it for us. Because we're not getting any younger, and we're like, so when we're 70, are we still going to be setting up tents? And so we're like, let's just get a van, because these days they've actually, despite what people think, have gone down a lot in price. And so Brad found a really good deal, and so we've had it for 8 months now. So, and we've kind of just played around with it, but yeah, we took it out on the trail when we met up with Kara and Matt and Danielle in oh my gosh, where were we?
Oregon.
Where are we?
We're all over the place out there right now.
You were in Oregon, because that's where I met up with them after you guys left.
Yes. Yeah. No, the Owyhees. And if you've never been there, oh my God, it is so beautiful. We had so much fun there, but we almost didn't make it. So, because as we hit the trail, because a Sprinter van is not a Jeep.
Nope.
It's not a replacement for a Jeep. This is just, we're trying something a little new and kind of experimenting with it. But so when we hit the dirt, it started to rain really bad. And the mud, and Brad knows more about mud than me, apparently. Because I'm like, it's just mud. He's like, no. This is like the gummy, sticky kind of mud. And we were just losing traction all over the place. And so fortunately, we had our Zoleo, and Matt and Kara had their Zoleo. And so we said, hey, we don't know if we're going to make it. And they were only a few miles out. So they actually both came and got us. And Matt was in the front. Kara was tail gunner. And so they got us safely down the trail. It turns out that actually the trail had already started drying. So we made it. But yeah, it's like, here they come to save the day.
We got one here. Michael Hayden. He says, hello. Hi, Regina. Has Brad forgiven me for the loud partying at Mountain West a couple years ago? You guys camped right next to Lee and I. Oh, I feel sorry for you, because
I think I remember that. I think I may have given you the stink eye out of the tent because I was so tired. I'm sorry.
Michael, were you guys drinking oil fire whiskey? Don't lie. He just moved to Alaska. Michael did a month ago. Yeah, from Oklahoma.
Nice.
Yeah.
That was my first experience with Overland Expo. I'm like, I don't ever want to camp here again. I don't.
He says, yep. Oh yeah. Yeah, I told you. Yeah.
I will not mention any names, but
I
will never camp next to the people that I was camped next to in the creator area. Well, most of them were good. Just one guy.
Yeah.
At PNW?
On top volume at PNW
I was like, you got to be kidding me, dude. I just taught 5 classes today. I'm exhausted. Like, it's not the time for Celine Dion on top volume. It's just not the time.
Jesus. Salt and Sweet Cheese says not by Elvis, LOL, but it was a drive-through. Heck yeah!
Cool.
That's cool.
Wow.
Drive-through. Drive-through in the Jeep. That's so funny. Joanne and Teddy Cook. Hey from Teddy and Joanne.
Hey.
Wow, we're counting now. What's
Teddy
up, Misty?
Teddy Cook, I got a new Gladiator today.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm. It's pretty. Yep.
Nice.
I traded in their 392.
He won.
Yeah. Got a Gladiator today. That happened.
Wow.
I want a 392 when I grow up.
They're fun.
Well, Brad, let me drive the red one.
Sure.
Sure. Regina, can I drive your red 392?
Just go to San Diego and
I
you'll
can get it out of my system and then not need one.
So, okay. So normally I get to drive it on the trail because Brad's out filming and I'm the one driving while he films, but I had to run errands around town. I forget what I was doing. So I had to take the 392 and I'm like merging on the freeway and this car like sees a Jeep and is like, oh no, I'm not letting you in. I'm like, ha.
Yes, you are.
Yes. And I just went right past him. I'm like, yes, that was awesome.
Yeah.
She knows just that, Arla. She's like, you must not know about me.
Oh.
You must
They don't matter what I'm driving. I'm coming in. You can ask Misty.
392 is crazy.
Yeah.
Oh,
Arla
yeah.
does that with her Jeep, and she doesn't have a 392. She just
Oh, my little yellow Jeep can go. People,
I don't care if I'm driving a 4-cylinder Yugo. I'm coming in. Literally.
Yeah.
The bigger the city, the happier I am. Let's go. I don't mind. Everybody gets nervous
So,
when they ride me. Whatever.
So we had quite a good turnout for a lot of the ladies' classes at Expo Pacific Northwest and Expo West. So I was going to ask you, have you had a lot of women reach out to you about you being on the channel more and like saying, getting any kind of feedback on that?
Yeah, there's a lot of women out there who, I mean, but for the most part, you see men doing this and, you know, men driving and men camping. And I think it just, you know, it's humbling and, you know, it's kind of hard to share what they say, but just that they're thankful to see other women out there and especially on a channel as big as TrailRecon to show that, you know, it's not just for men, you know, girls can do it too. So yeah.
Yeah. We've actually gotten a lot of really good feedback about that. You know, a lot of women are saying, you know, it's great representation and, you know, some of the women at the expo mentioned you being on the show more and, you know, Kara joining Matt on Ozark Overland Adventures more. And I just think it's fantastic. But have you guys gotten any negative feedback on that at all? Or I know there's always somebody.
There's always haters. I was actually dealing with some because when Brad's gone, I'll do a lot of the social media kind of managing comments. And I'm just like, yeah, I mean, for the most part, like 99.9% of the people are so supportive and so amazing and so wonderful. But it's that 1% that just gets under your skin. And it's like, what did I ever do to you? Why are you so hateful and mean? But yeah, but I try, and one of my LPOs, leading petty officer, one of my supervisors, for those of you not in the military, used to tell me, Kowitz, you got to be like a duck. Just let it roll off your back. I'm like, so I try and remember that. And that was dealing with Marines and patient issues. And sometimes Marines get a little bit straightforward and blunt with their thoughts and comments. So, you know, I thought I was, but sometimes it's hard not to personally, but most people are. So.
Oh, I've been, believe me, I've been called a bad mom for having my kids out overlanding and all the things.
Yeah.
That's funny. Did I show you your Brad in your purse still and show it?
Did I show that? Brad hates it when I do that. So I have a picture that only comes out once in a very blue moon. And it's Brad when he was a young E3, like really low ranking. And he's wearing, we used to call them Johnny Cashes. It was the all black uniform. And he's got, they're totally not regulation sideburns.
Oh, yeah.
He used to have super thick curly hair. And
what?
He used to, Brad, when I met him, We used to slick it back kind of to make it look like it was at regs. I mean, he pushed the limits when he was a young sailor, you know. I mean, when he finally made Master Chief, which is the highest enlisted rank, my friend who knew him when is like, they let you be Master Chief? What?
He really had to rein it in then.
Yeah.
You're setting the example, Master Chief. Come on.
Exactly. But this picture, I love it. It's one of my favorite pictures. I used to call him because when he'd wake up in the morning and no gel, he looked like Lyle Lovett. I mean, thick, curly hair. Oh. And now he keeps it so short, you would never know. But
no.
Yeah. But the boys have all inherited his hair. So they all have very thick, lush hair. And when Brad was a baby, it was actually red.
Oh, wow.
I'd love to have thick hair. That'd be awesome.
Did he do the retirement beard when he first retired?
He tried. He did the retirement, like the goatee kind of thing. And it lasted for about 2 weeks. He's like, yeah, no, I can't do it.
Yeah. My husband has had his retirement beard now since 2017.
He's feral.
I have to get him to rein it in.
Retirement to contractor. So he was still working in a Navy environment. And it just, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Some habits are hard to break. Oh, thank you.
So Gen Xers has enjoyed having you on there more full time. So see,
but
not that it wasn't great before.
I'm sorry, what?
I said not that it wasn't great before, but yes, we're all happy that you're there.
It's even better now.
Yeah. I mean, it was a change, right? People were used to him camping, you know, doing his thing with the guys, with Marco and Josh and some other friends he had back then. And you know, some people have correlated, and this is where some of the negativity comes on. My appearance with Marco's disappearance, and it's like, I did not chase Marco away. No, it's just lives went in different directions. I mean, Marco has his own business. And so, you know, he's got his own schedule. Josh has his own business, and they have families on top of all that. And, you know, it was great for a few years, schedules aligned. I mean, COVID kind of played a part in that, but they're still really great friends, despite what some people may think. Brad actually, we're doing a trip with Marco and his wife and one of his daughters in August, but I mean, they're still friends. Nothing, I have not driven a wedge. I haven't said no on the guys' trips. I'm happy that he goes out with the guys because I still like to have my space, and I'm used to him deploying. It's like, don't you have somewhere to go?
Yeah, don't you have another deployment coming up soon? I'm ready for you to go.
To this.
Well, also, Marco has his own channel also.
He does. And a lot of people don't realize that.
He has his own channel as well.
Yep.
Well, y'all all look like you were getting along just fine at Expo West. So
I was there.
Marco is probably one of the nicest human beings you ever want to meet. I mean,
very sweet.
I love him and his family. His daughter and her boyfriend are usually there as well, Paula and David. And so, I mean, they're like family and they're wonderful. But yeah, Marco does have his own channel. So I think everyone thought he was part of TrailRecon, and he was, but he has his own life and channel too. So
absolutely. Absolutely.
So what is your favorite rig to drive?
My Jeep.
Is it yeah?
Yep. I love my Jeep because, I mean, and I'm not going to get into the 2-door versus 4-door purist thing, but I will say a 2-door is just so nimble. It is so fun. Like, I was running errands the other day and I had to go down a small street and I had to flip a U-turn, and I just flipped a U-turn.
Yeah.
Just whoop. Yeah. And I've been out on the trail with Brad and Marco where we've had to turn around. And I just whip it around, and I'm 5 minutes later, come on, guys, make your turn.
Yep.
Yeah.
Where you at?
My Jeep makes me happy. I just love, we've only done some slight modifications. It's got like a 2-inch-ish lift on it. And I've got 35s. We're probably going to put 37s on it soon, just because I want to do some more difficult trails. And so I'm going to need those tires. But I mean, I love it was my daily driver for 3 years, driving it actually to and from work on the freeway every day. And I love being in it. It makes me happy.
Mm-hmm.
That's how Arla is with her Jeep too. You just see her smile when she gets
out.
out.
I know, right?
I love my Jeep.
And it's yellow. It's like this ray of sunshine coming down the road. Yep.
A sunflower.
It sounds very California.
It is. So the reason I got this particular Jeep is when I was right out of high school and college, I had a 1973 Volkswagen Super Beetle, and she was bright yellow with the original name of Sunny. And I loved my
Wow.
bug. But when I joined the Navy and I went away, my dad sold it, and I've missed her ever since. And so when we finally decided that I was going to get rid of my Armada, because I did not need an 8-passenger SUV anymore with my boys all grown up.
Ooh.
Yeah, it was a beast, but I did love it. Have 14 cup holders, which is amazing. But
Whoa.
yeah, but I'm
What
like,
was the
if I'm
gas
gonna
mileage
downsize-
though?
Amazing. I mean, my twins played football, so between friends and all the football gear and equipment, I needed an Armada. But yeah, I'm like, okay, if I'm going to get a Jeep, because I know you're going to use it on the channel, so, but it needs to be my Jeep, so it's going to be all yellow. And I was specific. I didn't want the black fenders or anything. I wanted all the power stuff. It had to be 2-door. And Brad's like, that's a unicorn. I am never going to find what you want. Well, my husband is tenacious of nothing else. And 2 weeks later, he's like, found it.
Let's go.
You're like, I knew you would.
Yeah. So,
Awesome.
Man.
yeah. But
So does this Jeep have a name? Did you name it?
I did. It didn't have a name for like 3 years. I'm like, it's got to come to me, right? I'm
Right.
not just going to pick a name to have a name. And so I still get all of my old Navy medicine newsletters from my friends and updates. And so June 17th is the hospital corps' birthday. I was a hospital corpsman. We're very proud of our heritage. And so I got the hospital corps newsletter, which included information on the very first female enlisted hospital corpsman whose name was HM1, hospital corpsman first class, Ruth Flora. I'm like, Flora.
Yes.
Flora is a happy name. It is the goddess of spring, flowers, and it has meaning for me as a former sailor. So Flora is the name of my Jeep.
I love it.
Thank you.
Love it. My rig is named Calypso for obvious reasons.
Mine is Bonnie in the
Love it.
Gladiators, Clyde.
Aw.
And
So what's the name
Joe's
behind Clyde? Or the story?
Bonnie and Clyde.
Okay.
Bonnie and Clyde, you know,
Got it.
gangsters. They're like gangsters.
You know, because
Yes.
they're so gangster in Arkansas.
Yeah, throwing up our gang signs.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I think it was a
Jeep
different
wave.
type of gangster back then, but yeah.
The Jeep wave.
Yeah,
Hey.
we're trying to come up with a revel wave. We're driving. We're like seeing other. We're like, what do we do? Volkswagen, Mercedes.
Right.
Yeah,
Some people are like, some are like this,
yeah,
some are like this. That's everywhere. It's just, hey.
yeah. I'm like, yeah. It's
Can
not
you
as
listen
cool.
at the dealership? There are rules to having a Jeep.
Mm.
Come on now.
Yep.
Anyway, don't get me
Well,
started.
when Brad was driving with me shortly after I got my Jeep, and another Jeep passed us, he's like, "You didn't wave." I'm like, "What are you talking about? Why would I wave? I don't know them."
You didn't listen at the dealership.
So he had to
Doesn't
educate me
matter.
on the whole Jeep thing and the Jeep wave, and
Download the app on your phone, all the things.
Yeah.
Yes.
so yeah, he was horrified that.
Yes. My husband he gets very offended if somebody doesn't wave.
I train, sometimes because sometimes I'm looking down or I'm taking a drink
Sure.
or my hands are otherwise occupied and, safety first. So I'm like, I give people the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My dad gets sad because he has a Gladiator and he says people don't do the Jeep wave to him.
Oh,
What?
Yeah, at least in Florida they don't. I don't know.
really?
Rude.
We do
Yeah.
it in California.
I get the Jeep wave when I'm in a line of, the Toyota in the line of Jeeps. I get waved out. I wave right back. I'm like, hey, I don't care.
No, I get confused when I see an XJ. I'm like, and it's built. I'm like, do they get a Jeep wave? My husband's like, no, they don't get a Jeep wave. I'm like, but what if I want to?
I wave at all of them.
There you go. See, that's nice.
I wave at everybody. I really, just anybody.
Wave back,
Hi.
please.
Hi, audience.
Hey, oh, hey.
Is our audience still there? Come on, guys. Ask her some questions.
They are. They're
Yeah.
in.
Wake up.
There's several that are sleeping on us today.
I think so.
That Wednesday hump day,
I know.
whipping
I
us.
thought it was Wednesday wine day. No?
Oh,
I
yeah,
like that better.
I mean,
There you go.
There's whiskey. That's what I drink.
listen,
Over here.
20
Do you
years in the
remember
Coast Guard.
Pokemon Go?
Do I?
Yeah, Pokemon Go. It was like a craze a few years back.
I think my
There
kids
was
did
the
that.
mom version, which was Chardonnay Go, where you walk
Nice.
around with your phone
What?
like it's glasses of Chardonnay. Oh yeah, you missed it. We should
Mind
restart.
blown.
I did not get
did
that
not
memo. Mm-mm.
No.
But that's cool.
Yep.
Now I'm
it-
going to
it-
look to see if it's still going because now I'm curious.
Brad actually did a video. If you're really bored one day, he did a Pokemon Go video with the boys in the Jeep.
Aw.
Yeah, it basically ran over all the He went out and got the Pokemon and he ran them over. And the boys were like, no, that's not what you're supposed to do.
Splat.
Splat.
Oh.
Are we allowed to say where he is right now or no?
Yeah, no, that's totally
He's
fine.
posted it. It's posted.
Posted
up.
it
Oh,
on
okay.
social
Okay.
media.
I didn't go on social media today. So where is he? Tell everybody.
He is he was in Michigan yesterday. And today he was in Toledo, Ohio, which is apparently really close to Detroit.
The 419.
Yep, visiting the Jeep factory.
Mhm.
So he was like a little kid in a candy shop. So apparently they don't just give tours, and they usually do not allow filming. So he was able to go through the plant with his camera and film a lot of behind the scenes, how it's made kind of stuff. So that's what he did today. Yesterday, they let him drive around in a brand new 2024 Jeep Rubicon 392. So yeah, he was.
Calm down, Arla.
He's like, oh my God. I mean, seriously, he was giddy. Giddy is the best word
Me
to
too.
describe Brad. And if you've seen Brad and you know Brad, giddy is usually not a word to describe him. But yeah, he was, it was sweet.
Oh.
It was very cute. And then tomorrow he is going to their super secret warehouse where they have all of their past year concept vehicles.
That's
cool.
He's living my dream.
It took a while for them to work out all the details, but Scott Brown, who's one of the PR execs for Jeep, who's been following the channel, and we communicate with him regularly, so they've been kind of working out all the details. And I think today he also got to go to the Mopar area where they do all that stuff too, and met with Dan. I don't know his last name. I just know his name's Dan. He runs that, but
Dan the man. That's what
Dan
we
the
call him.
man. Super sweet guy.
That's his name now.
We've got several questions that have popped up also.
Good.
we got people looking up now, boys. Let's go.
And favorite camp meal to make or to eat? Because there's a difference.
Yes, all the things.
So let's see. My favorite camp meal to make is probably, I don't know. It depends. I just like cooking. So it depends on what I'm in the mood for. So I do enjoy baking at camp. I have made blondies. Does everybody know what a blondie is? I'll tell that to some people. They're like, what's a blondie? I'm like, it's like a brownie, but not.
Brownie.
And I like to make blondies and brownies. I also like to make chili mac, which is probably one of the easiest things to make. I just discovered vacuum sealing things. So which is phenomenal. So I made pulled pork for our last trip at home and then vacuum sealed several of them so that we would have it to make quick sandwiches. To eat is anything Marco's cooking when we're out with him.
Yes.
So he does this steak, filet mignon, with this mushroom bourbon cream sauce that is to die for.
Yum.
So I know.
Gosh. Moving on because I'm getting hungry sitting here.
That's my dream one day, to eat Marco's food.
Heck yeah. Leah, what is your favorite area of California to visit, even though you're a native?
Yep. I grew up in Northern California. So we every summer we would spend 2 weeks up in the Sierra Nevadas. Don't tell anybody about this because I don't want to be overrun with tourists, but it's a little town called Downeyville. It is on the Yuba River. They still have wooden sidewalks. One street, they have an old cemetery. I think the oldest tombstone we found, the person was actually born in England in the early 1700s. It's just a slice of heaven on earth. So I love Downeyville and that whole little area. I mean, I grew up trout fishing, swimming in the rivers, camping. So when people ask me, this is new, this is what I've been doing my whole life. My uncles my mom's family, she was the oldest of 8. They were from West by God, Virginia. And they were like the Beverly Hillbillies. She was the oldest. She moved out to California. And a few years later, they loaded up their car and followed her. And
that's awesome. Oh, the mosquitoes are getting me.
Oh no.
They came in hot. Sorry.
No, it's okay. I hate mosquitoes, but they love me. But so my uncles all had Chevy Blazers and Ford Broncos, beat up ones. And the Rubicon was just something they'd go do on a weekend. No big deal because we were in the foothills of that area. So, I love the mountains of Northern California.
Awesome. Salt and Sweet Tea over I'm looking forward to that factory video. Aren't we all?
Yep.
And then you've got another one. What is your favorite place to visit outside of California?
Well, the factory video, I've had a few people ask on other social media. So probably next week it will be ready. So there should be one video going live in the morning, which is his 392 2024 walk around. But this one, I'm not sure how much time he's going to have to edit it. So probably early next week is when that video will come out. But outside of California, I don't know. There's so many pretty places. If you'd asked me 2 years ago, I would have said Washington State. Specifically the western part of the state, because we were stationed in Bremerton for several years, and I fell in love. I mean, literally, I remember driving from Northern California, to my first duty station. I'd driven all night. The sun was rising over Mount Rainier, and it's something in my heart just glowed. It's like I literally fell in love with that state. But we just got back from the Owyhees, and holy cow, Leslie Gulch and that entire area is gorgeous. But then Moab is also a little slice of heaven. So especially when you can find a trail and have it to yourself.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's the key with Moab. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we were there for Easter Jeep Safari, but somebody told us about a back trail into the national park, into Arches. And if you go that way, because you have to have a 4x4 to go that way into Arches, there's nobody there. We had this one little section of the park with an arch and all of these hoodoos all to ourselves. It was us. And yeah, Brad hiked around. I just sat there and enjoyed the views and felt the wind on my face and the solitude. It was amazing. So yeah.
That's awesome.
That's what it's about.
So Gen Extras has a question for all three. Favorite bedding, sleeping bag solution for married couples. I'll go first. Your own sleeping bag. Your own in an Oz tent sleeping bag. I like that.
Yeah.
But I don't want to share a sleeping bag. It's too hot for that. I'm out.
All right, Regina.
Okay. Actually, it's not a sleeping bag. I recently discovered this. It was a late night commercial, so I was a total sucker, but it's called a Betty. And it's kind of like a sleeping bag, but not. It zips. You unzip it, and it's got kind of like a built-in sheet panel that comes out, and it feels like a sheet. So we have two of them. One is in our trailer, our off-road trailer. And we've camped in really cold places. And this bedding is very thick, and it's so cozy and warm, and it feels like actual bedding. But to make the bed, you just zip it up and you're done. And then in the van, we have a lighter weight version, which was great in the heat of the Owyhees. So right now, I would say a Betty is my favorite thing because my husband lies, but he thinks I steal the covers. I think he throws them at me, but with a Betty, that doesn't happen. So you can only take or throw so much at one person. So
Nice. Misty?
Mine, let's see. Well, right now we're sleeping in two different tents, not because we're mad, but because we have the kids with us. But I have a quilt and a wool blanket in mine and jersey sheets. And I love it.
Nice. Yep. Yeah. I outgrew sleeping bags. I'm like, yeah. And I like my full-size pillow. Brad has tried to convert me to the little blow-up camp. No, I need my down pillow, and I need two of them, please.
I have two pillows, but sleeping on one of those air-up pillows is like sleeping on a bag of potato chips to me.
Yeah, because it moves all over.
And he finally he doesn't use it anymore.
Yeah. Brad discovered that when I didn't sleep well and I was really cranky the next day, that it was just easier to let me have two pillows and not complain about the space.
Yeah. You got to keep mama happy.
Yep.
Keep the mama happy all the time.
Mama happy.
Melissa, what is the next piece of gear you want to add to your camp kitchen or camp setup in general? Ooh. Oh, Lord.
Y'all got a lot of gear, though.
We do.
Yeah. Anything you want?
Piece of gear. I honestly don't know if I can answer. I'm pretty happy with what we have now. I mean, in our camp kitchen, my Omnia that was life-changing for me because now I can bake on the trail.
There.
Yeah.
The question was, you still love it.
Absolutely.
Funny you should mention that.
Love it. So they actually have these new little inserts where you can divide the Omnia oven in half, and you can like make two things at once, which is perfect for two people. Not if you're feeding a large family, but like And I bought pre-made stuff at Trader Joe's. I put enchiladas on one side and some Uncle Ben's pre-cooked rice in the other, added some extra cheese on top, heated it up in the Omni in like 10 minutes. We had a really nice dinner. So
I need to get one of those.
That sounds
it's
good.
amazing.
I've looked at them several times, but I keep hearing all these things about them. Like,
yeah, but like I've made quiche on the trail. I do a blueberry buttermilk breakfast cake. I made a berry cobbler the last time we were in Texas at Maris. I mean, it's just, you can do like calzone. It's
You got an affiliate link or anything for that?
I actually don't, but we do sell them on the website. Yeah.
Okay, good. Go to their website and get one.
Yeah, TrailRecon.com. We do
Yes.
have Omnia products on the website. So
Heck yeah.
wow.
but yeah, I love it.
Big fan of the Omnia. Melissa, again, we love to overland with our adult kids in their rigs. Are there any big trips coming up with your guys in their new rigs?
Ooh.
Well, so Jordan's getting ready to get out of the Navy. So his schedule's a little bit busy with all of his wind down stuff, final physicals and getting all that done. And Justin and Devin actually both start new jobs on Monday. So they're not taking any vacations soon. But actually, we were up in Big Bear this weekend. And thanks to the miracle of Apple and Find My Friend, we're sitting at camp with some adult friends of ours, and lo and behold, here comes Jordan and one of his buddies. He's like, hey, I saw that you guys were right here. So he was out in his Tacoma and ran into us, which was kind of cool. But I do know a few months ago, we were out with all three of the boys and Jordan's girlfriend and her dog. And as we're driving to the campsite in Anza Borrego, Brad's like, we must have done something right as parents because it's a weekend and all three of our boys want to go camping with us. So
They want to hang out with you. Yep.
Yeah. So it's cool when they do. But yeah, no, we've got, we're going to be in Maris. We leave next Wednesday to go to Maris Adventure Park in Texas. We'll be there for the TrailRecon Challenge. We're actually going to run that trail with a small group of people. And then we get back from that and we've got one day to get ready. And we are flying to Australia with Marco and his wife and one of his daughters. And we are meeting up with the folks from Patriot Campers Trailers because they're headquartered in Queensland, Australia. And they are going to take us overlanding with them. So we're excited about that. We're going to go to Fraser Island.
It's a good thing you and Marco on speaking terms then.
We,
Quit fighting. So you can go
We don't like the fighting within the family like that. No.
No, we don't.
People are silly.
I love Marco.
Here's a funny comment. This is my husband. He says, tent's all packed up, hun. Everything fits. So, story. I got a new tent. He has a tent. I have a tent. I have a trailer with a tent on it, and he has his Gladiator with his tent. Because when my daughter goes, she sleeps with me because she's a sleepwalker. So we have to split. But I got rid of my last tent and got a new tent.
Okay.
The 23-0 A3, the Armadillo.
Okay, I think I've seen that.
Sweet. It is huge. You could sleep 5 people in it. Not even joking. Comfortably. So him and I, my daughter is not in town this weekend. So him and I are going to take that and go camping with some folks over at Okie Overland and try that out. But we're trying to figure out the setup of it because we haven't taken it out yet. It's too hot to go out here, obviously, but it's going to be decent this weekend. So we're trying to figure out bedding and what would fit in there. So now we talked about bedding. It's different for this tent. But yeah, it's a nice quilt and a sleeping bag that's spread out, and then X-bed mattresses, of course, 4 inches.
I got to show y'all what I'm dealing with real quick. Hold on a second.
Oh, Lord.
Can you see them up there?
I see Codwomple.
I'm not really sure what's going on.
Bill, what are you doing on your trailer there, bud?
I don't. What are you doing on your trailer, Bill? Arla wants to know.
We're selling Expedition Voyager trailers.
Oh, you're selling Expedition Voyager trailers. Okay.
Hey, I would just like to mention you guys are running around with Codwomple and it's not raining.
It's not raining. It's not
It
raining.
always rains and hails with them.
Every time we're with them, it rains like crazy.
Really?
Hails.
Yes.
It's
Bad weather every time. They bring it.
every time. Love them to death, but every time we're with them, it's a rainy day.
Or hailing.
Or hailing or
something.
something.
Yay.
There were a lot of down trees still on the trail today.
Okay.
So yeah.
That's what's all in the tent and it closes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Nice.
Go big or go
Explodes it.
home. You got to be comfortable. I mean, in this day and age with all the modern conveniences and technology, there's no reason you have to be miserable camping. I mean, people say, oh, what you're doing is glamping. I'm like, okay, and what's the big deal?
I'm still doing
Glamping's when you have a fifth wheel satellite TV like we used to have.
Yeah.
And now you're in change the whole thing now and you're doing the overland thing. So,
yeah,
but honestly, your bed is more comfortable.
Starting fires with sticks and flints. I mean, they use a lighter, right? I mean,
Yeah.
Speaking of glamping, Deb, do you have one of them bug zappers? Or
Lord have mercy.
whatever those things
That's
are. These
a lot.
mosquitoes are attacking.
Oh,
They're getting crazy right now. It's just before sunset. So they're like, woo, party.
So what would you say a must-have for you is whenever you go out on the trail?
My pillows.
Your pillows.
Yeah. I mean, seriously, I have a bad back. I have sciatica. So one of the pillows actually stabilizes my hips when I'm sleeping.
Mhm.
So, I mean, I'm
Zap it.
not as young as I once was. I mean, I've been out there. I've roughed it. I've had my little hooch out with the Marines with my little, pad and my half shelter and my shovel, my e-tool. Yeah.
That's why you have back problems.
Yeah, exactly. And the 80-pound pack I used to have to carry out to the field, in my combat boots, but, carrying a rifle and wearing a helmet and been there, done that. I don't have to do that anymore. So
Right. It's not necessary.
No.
Make much better things now.
My big fluffy down pillows now.
Yeah. Mine's my pillows and the potty. It's a must.
Oh, yes. I'm
not
sorry.
a squatter. That's not me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My Instaprivy is probably, that.
Do you like that one too?
Trips.
Yeah.
It is
serious.
It is funny that
Thing.
that little thing that goes over your head.
I don't use that part. I will find shelter because I'm not that coordinated. I mean, I broke my knee playing ping pong. So imagine me trying to use the bathroom, balancing something on my head. Don't imagine that. Don't. But it wouldn't work. It would not be pretty. It would not be pretty. So, but
that sounds like a sea story I need to hear.
I'm just not graceful. So when I was in high school, I was 14, freshman year, gym class, they had the ping pong table set up on the stage. And so I went chasing the ball. I didn't see the lighting cable. I flipped off the stage and landed below it directly onto my knee. So my patella, I cracked my patella, which was not fun. The year before that, I tried to water ski and somehow the rope got out of my hands. My foot came out of the binding. The rope wrapped around my foot and I got dragged by the boat. And the person watching for skier down wasn't. So that was not fun. Nothing was broken, but you could put your hand over the top of my foot like that. It was like totally swollen. And then the year after my knee accident, I knocked both my front teeth out while riding a bike with braces on. And
oh, Lord.
Goodness.
Yeah. If there's a wall to walk into, I will find it.
I feel your pain.
Yeah.
You need to bubble wrap you.
My own feet.
You must be protected at all costs. We have to bubble wrap you.
Brad has threatened to bubble wrap me on occasion. Yeah.
He's like this around you, like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Oh my.
Yeah.
It happens.
It happens.
At least you've survived. And just for everybody who doesn't know, patella is your knee.
Your knee.
Medical term.
Sorry.
Getting all fancy. No, I'm just kidding. Everybody knows what that means.
Not my tibia or my fibula. No, I'm just kidding. Right. Yeah.
They were freaking Arla out.
I don't want to talk about knees.
Oh. Yeah.
No.
Arla needs a new knee.
I need to get a knee replacement, my left knee.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I have no meniscus left. We did a Lady Overlander Radio women's retreat
she's gonna bring up
June a year ago. And my co-host got stuck in the rocks. And I got out to help her. And I slipped in the rocks or whatever, and it blew it out the rest of the way. But I was in a bad car wreck when I was 17. I got T-boned. So that kind of started. I've always had like a knee issue, but that just kind of sealed it. So
yeah,
I understand. I feel the grind every day.
Yeah, not fun.
Good days, bad days. Depends on what the weather's like.
Yeah,
the weather changes. Ugh.
That's the sciatica. It flares up. It goes down. Usually a glass of wine helps, but
or two
for sure,
or three. No, I'm just kidding.
The bottle
or the bottle. I mean,
with a straw.
Who are we kidding, people?
Moving on. Getting old sucks. Moving on.
Older, getting older sucks.
Getting older
Getting more
sucks.
seasoned. Yes. A little more
Seasoned.
spicy.
Vintage.
I got a really funny story to tell you guys.
Oh, God.
We were at a restaurant today with Bill and Deb from Cottywample Overland. And the guy at the restaurant says to Bill, "Are you his pop?" And he points to Joe, who's my husband, who's only 4 years younger than Bill. And Bill was like,
Oh, it's not fun.
yeah. He's only 52. He's not old, people, but
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Bill's like, no tip for you, man.
yeah. You're never coming here again. You can forget that. No.
We'll go back to Kentucky.
Yeah. In my head, I'm still 18. It's just my body sometimes says, whoa, whoa, whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
whoa, girl.
I fractured my sacrum ice skating 10 years ago, right before Christmas. We're the whole family festive. We're going to go ice skating. I had taken lessons when I was 13. And so I'm getting a little cocky out there. I'm like, going faster. And Brad's like hanging on. He'd never been ice skating before. He was like hanging on to the wall for dear life. And I'm showing off. And then I tried to do a twirl, an axle, and my feet flipped up and I landed on my sacrum and it fractured. So I was on bed rest and T3s for 2 weeks before Christmas. So Brad got to finish up all the Christmas shopping and decorating and So.
You are, yeah.
Banned from ice skating.
Bubble wrap.
Bubble wrap.
Something, or one of those Halloween costumes that's the air up kind of that you walk around like this, like the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man kind of a thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could
We
just
got a question.
T-Rex,
That's right. It would protect you. Gen Xer says scariest moment during camping or on the trail.
Ooh.
That's a good one.
Well, I don't know if it was scary, but we were in Montana. It was literally just us. And we don't have bears in Southern California and the desert where we go camping. And so I think the scariness came from my head more than anything else, because every noise I heard, I was convinced it was a bear. So the can of bear spray was attached to my hip and I didn't go anywhere without the bear spray. But I want to say I don't feel unsafe in that way camping. I've never felt unsafe. And Brad is a pretty good driver, so in terms of getting places, I don't like heights, so I'm probably white knuckling it on shelf roads.
Yeah, we all are.
Yeah. And the first time I did Poison Spider with him as a passenger, there were lots of moments where I'm like, I need to get out and take pictures.
Yeah.
I'm going to walk.
I'll video this. So one of our, so our kids at least have one parent.
Yeah.
Exactly.
One of us survives.
Somebody's got to live. It is strong. It is very strong, especially because that's when we still had the Insta Privy in our rooftop tent. So to go to the bathroom in the middle of the night, it's like, I'm getting it. So I would carefully unzip the tent and shine the flashlight, make sure there was nothing out there. And if I'd hear a crack, I'd wake Brad up. I'm like, you need to be awake in case I have to scream. And I would go to the bathroom. But yeah, every noise. And then when you're in there, it's like you can't see anything. And it's just, every crack of a branch, you're just, it's a bear. But we didn't see any bear, so it's all good.
Well, we've had that happen. It's not very fun.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, we haven't seen any bears.
Knock on some wood.
Tomorrow she'll send me a message. Holy crap, I just saw a bear.
There's a huge bear. But we did figure out, remember I told you the weird noise that we heard at the one camp?
Yeah.
The really freaky, creepy noise. We ended up figuring out it was a mountain lion.
Really? Those are no joke.
Oh, no.
We have those here, and they've been known to attack bikers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, and trail runners.
No.
Nope.
Although I'd rather deal with a mountain lion than a bear.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. A bear, at least you can hear them coming. The mountain lion will
they're
sneaky.
They are sneaky.
Like cats or something. I don't know.
Very stealthy.
Yeah.
I don't want either one.
No.
Yeah, no.
I don't.
Oh, the mosquitoes, they're pretty vicious too.
They're very vicious right now. I can tell you that for sure. I have this.
Those whelps are on your face? I'm just kidding.
Thermacell and DEET.
Yes, I have DEET all over me too. I don't know what the deal is with these Wyoming mosquitoes, but
Are you type O? Because I heard they really like type O.
A positive.
Really? I'm
Oh.
O positive.
Is that PHI? I don't know if I was supposed to tell anybody that.
Oh, you're crazy.
Forget what you heard. I don't
You
know.
can share your PHI. I can't.
Oh, yeah,
You
okay.
can
I can share my
you
own
can share your own
PHI. Got
PHI
it.
all you want.
Okay.
You crazy.
Protected health information, everybody.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
The
I got 2 thermocells. Yeah, thanks, guys.
The HIPAA.
I'm telling you, I love having a crew. Like, this is awesome.
Why aren't you paying them?
Shh.
Oh, they don't know yet?
They're doing it for free right now. Don't say anything. I'm going to start demanding stuff.
Oh. They're going to demand you cook. That ain't happening.
Yeah. I have a whole setup crew. They got me a table tonight and everything. Like, it's nice.
Wow.
I feel like a big time YouTuber rolling around with a crew.
Oh, my gosh.
Are they gonna like pat your cheeks with makeup? You know.
Don't let your head get
They
big
didn't do
there,
my
mister.
makeup. They didn't do my makeup. No. Anyway,
Don't
we
let your head.
digress.
Oh, my gosh.
So what's upcoming for you guys in 2023 and 2024? Anything exciting that you're allowed to talk about?
Well, I mean, I mentioned the Australia trip.
Yeah,
which is
that's pretty
probably
big.
the thing.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
It's kind of a big deal. And then we're supposed to be going to the Ozarks in September. So
My backyard.
Yep. And then before that, when we get back from Australia, Idaho Grand Tetons is on the calendar. So as long as nothing changes. And then October, we've got the TrailRecon Summit 2 in Texas. So
Nice.
that will be fun. We've got something in the works that we'll probably talk about at the summit, but it has to do with food. So
I like food.
food,
Me too.
food is good. Everybody loves food, right? I mean, you got to eat or die. So you may as well enjoy it.
So you and Marco are doing a cookbook together. I got it. Yeah.
Oh, gosh, I
made that up. I made that up, people. I made that up.
Maybe not true.
No, this
That's
one
true.
is probably going to be kind of like user generated content, kind of getting, kind of like in the military, like units will do unit cookbooks and raise funds for charity. And so that's kind of where we're headed with this. We're still kind of thinking about wet charity.
Concept.
Last year at the TrailRecon Summit, KC Highlights came and we did a night run for charity. And we just asked everybody, if you want to participate in the night run, if you could, donate, whatever feels comfortable. And then Brad and I agreed to match. KC Highlights agreed to match. And Maris Adventure Park was donating funds as well. We thought maybe we'll raise a couple $100. We raised $20,000.
Wow.
And we donated it all to Operation Homefront, which is a military veterans charity that does a lot of good work. When I was an ombudsman, kind of like a family support person in the Navy, we relied on them a lot. They would throw baby showers and provide just free layettes and stuff to families. So we're hoping to do something similar with a possible cookbook that I'm not really talking about yet because we haven't made an official announcement. But
I don't know. What'd you just say?
Yes.
I didn't hear you.
There would definitely be a section of omni recipes in it.
There you go.
Yep.
Tony says he'll work for Old Fashions. Misty.
Yeah, you already do, Tony. You've helped me with like half the stuff on my rig. So yeah, that's a thing.
That's accurate.
Yeah, smoked old fashions.
You got him
Don't
started
even
with
play.
Old Fashions.
I know I did. Sorry about that.
But
It's my bad influence.
We haven't thought that far ahead. It's like, we haven't thought that far ahead. We are trying to think of different ways we can give back to the community and kind of, how we can help people. Cause that's how Brad got started, right? I mean, he was just videos for our family. And then he's like, people I don't know are like commenting and they're asking me questions, and the public affairs officers and me is like, well, answer them, right?
Yeah.
And so he started answering them, and then he's like, well, maybe we can make a video that answers it. I mean, so he kind of got started helping people out and sharing his knowledge. So, we're trying to think of ways that we can take that to the next level. So, yeah.
Have you guys heard of Project Sanctuary?
Mm-mm.
So my husband and I both just we took the whole family to one of their veterans family retreats, and they do counseling. They work on communications, family communication skills, things like that. They do separate things with the kids and workshops. It was amazing. It really was life-changing. So if you guys are looking for a charity, put them on your list, because
I will definitely Google
they really,
them.
really, yeah.
Well, and that's another part of why I wasn't involved initially. So when Brad and the boys were going out, like, I had plenty of time with him. He was deployed for, it felt like 10 years straight, because he went from IDC school to a billet with the Marines, and this is in 2000. And so it was an overseas billet, so they were always deploying, always going out and training. And then we came back to San Diego, and he was on a ship that was testing a new missile system. So they were out all the time. And then 9/11 happened.
Oh, yeah.
We went to shore duty, which Naval Hospital Bremerton, which was an IA billet, an individual augmentee billet to Fallujah, Iraq. And so he did that. He came back to Washington and PCS to another ship. So, I mean, that was 10 years of him. I mean, he made Master Chief, which was great, but he missed a lot of time with the boys. So when he got the Jeep, that was for them to go out and for them to have father-son time and to bond and to basically reconnect on the trip. No electronics, no Game Boys, YouTube wasn't really a thing back then, but no social media. It was just Brad and the boys and time to talk and get to know each other again. So, that's something that's really important to us. And we want to find a way to maybe bring that to other people, that opportunity, because not everyone has that opportunity to do that. We realize, 26 years in the military, we're blessed to have this retirement and healthcare.
Yes.
So we can afford to do things that maybe other people can't do. And so we're looking at ways that maybe we can bring these kind of opportunities to other people to get out there. So.
Yeah. And you brought up a good point earlier, when you're active duty, your spouse, especially if they're not active duty, they give up a lot. They give up careers over and over again to support you and follow you around to each duty station. And the kids, I don't think people always realize how much active duty service, affects the children
it's a whole family endeavor. I served, but when I got out, in a way, I was still serving because, I left so many great jobs that I love, but the boys had to change schools. They had to leave friends behind. They hated it at the time, especially our oldest, Devin. But now they can look back and realize it gave them some great skills. They're very adaptable. They can meet anybody and, be comfortable and get to know them because they're used to being the new person who's got to make new friends. So, but it's hard when you're 15 and you're finish up your freshman year. And oh, by the way, we're moving you across the country. So
it
is very tough.
So helping military families, or any family that has been in a situation similar, helping them find ways to reconnect through, outdoor therapy is basically what it is something we would like to find a way to do.
Yeah. Absolutely. There's some great organizations out there. I'll tell you.
There are. And there are so many. And that's like, I chose Operation Homefront because I had worked with them in the past.
Yeah.
And I knew they were a good organization. So, but there are so many. Team Rubicon is a great organization. They're more veteran based or first responder based, but the work they do is amazing as well.
Absolutely.
Actually, that TrailRecon coffee that we sell on the website, portions of that, the proceeds go to Team Rubicon.
Awesome. That's great. So will we see you guys at Mountain West?
No.
Okay.
I think that's when we're going to be in Australia.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah.
You get a pass.
Yeah, Colorado, Australia. I've never been.
Right now, right?
Yeah. So
Colorado, we've all done Colorado a million times.
And to be honest with you, that's probably my least favorite venue. It becomes a Dust Bowl every afternoon around 3 or 4. So but that was one of the things this year we decided one expo because we were so tired last year. It's great to get out and meet people that we wouldn't otherwise meet, but we spent so much time on the road getting from point A to point B that it cut into actually making videos and having adventures. And so, it's like we can go and, go to all the expos, or we can make the videos that hopefully inspire people. And
I get that.
Sorry, I don't know what happened.
Uh-oh.
I lost signal for a second there. Sorry about that. I'll fire them all.
God. We were talking about you anyway. It was fine.
That's fine.
Hmm.
So you're coming to Rendezvous in the Ozarks?
She's
I don't
coming
know.
September
When is
over
it?
this way. That's
You're
going to
already
be in
gonna
October.
this way.
Oh, October is when we're going to be in Maris.
Yeah.
Oh no, that won't work for me.
Rendezvous then.
No.
Are you going to go to the Teton Overland show in September, like 15th through 17th?
I think that's when we're going to be in the Ozarks.
They're gonna be in
Oh,
the
is it?
Ozarks.
Yeah.
We're gonna be there, and they're gonna be there.
Ships passing in the night.
Yep, totally.
These schedules. Ugh.
I know.
Yeah. This was actually in January was the first time we sat down and said, okay, let's look at our calendar and like try and plot out the year and make it nice and coordinate. And stuff comes up and things happen. And
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Arla gets mad when I send calendar updates.
Oh, my God. Email just goes, ping, 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 canceled this, moved this. I'm like,
Yeah.
Misty, what are you doing?
Yeah.
What is all this?
And the Jeep trip, it finally, where Brad's at right now, that finally came together at the last minute. So it's like, again, he's going to get back and we've got like a day to get ready to go to Texas. So yeah.
Golly.
I get tired. Did I mention we're not as young as we used to be?
Yes, we're
Yeah.
older. Yes.
Yes.
Than
I'm
we
with
used to
you.
be.
I'm with you on that.
Plus, we've got my geriatric dog who's over there looking at me because he hasn't got his dinner yet. And
Aw.
yeah, and our cat. So somebody's got to be home every once in a while and take care of him.
Well,
Hi,
go feed your doggy. We'll let you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Poor doggy. My dog's
Poor
laying on my
doggy.
feet right now.
Aw. Yeah. Rocket's 13. He's got arthritis and allergies. And yeah, he's an old man.
Does he stand there and look at you like, hello? Like,
Yeah.
it's time for dinner right now.
Hungry, Mom.
Well, he's pacing. Huh, Rocket?
Oh,
Come
yeah.
here,
Poor
let me see.
baby.
Can you see him? Rocket, say hi.
Oh, hey, baby.
Oh, hi, baby.
You're so sweet.
Aw. He's not.
He's like, Mom, I'm
He
sick of
usually
this crap."
hides in the cameras, huh, buddy?
Aw. Oh, there's Sadie June. She coming up?
Aw.
There's Sadie.
Oh,
Sadie.
what a pretty.
She's only 3 though.
Where's Aspen? I need a dog.
Who's Aspen? Everybody's got the dogs. Dang it.
That's Bill
My
and
cat's
Deb's dog.
hiding. I keep trying
Wiener
convince
dogs with her dad.
him to cat.
Yeah.
We could have like an adventure cat. But he's like, no.
No, the cat's not down with that. Mm-mm.
We have a cat. It's toilet trained though.
Really?
Oh,
Mhm.
oh yeah.
Wow.
I'm not a
That's
litter box person. Yeah, there's a thing you can buy to train them to go in the toilet.
Okay.
Oh,
All
yeah.
right, we're going down that rabbit hole. Tell her the story, Arla.
How long
It's
does
called
that
a litter. It's called a litter quitter. So if you have like 2 bathrooms in your home, say it's your regular 4-2 or 3-2 house,
Uh-huh.
one bathroom really does have to be dedicated to training the cat. It takes about 6 to 8 weeks because there's different trays that you move out. It's a solid tray on top of the toilet. So
Okay.
you lift the girl seat,
Uh-huh.
and so it's just the bowl, and you put it on there in this little special litter that's flushable, and they get used to getting up there and doing all that. And then after like 2 weeks, you change out the tray so that it's got a little circle,
Okay.
and the rest is a little bit of litter, just a tiny bit of litter. And then in a couple weeks, then the hole gets bigger and bigger, and then you finally just take it away, and they just jump up on the toilet seat and do their thing.
The only problem is my cat doesn't like to jump.
Wow.
She's,
My cat's fat. She jumps.
Yeah, she's
She's got the swinging belly thing.
Marley will not jump on things. Her food, we have a garden tub in the bathroom and her food's there so the dog can't get to it. And I will see her sitting there like psyching herself up to make that little tiny jump.
Mhm.
Yeah, sometimes I'll just lift her up because I feel bad for her, but she's
like, no.
she has
I hear
any
you.
rights.
You want to give me a lift here? Aw.
Help.
Okay, so this goes without saying, but social media, where can everybody find you guys?
Well, YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. We've got Facebook, a page, and a private group. So the group, there's, just as long as you answer the questions and you agree to the rules, number 1 is be kind and courteous.
Mhm.
Yes.
No mean people. We don't take mean people in our group, but and it's all just at TrailRecon. And I think Brad just started a Threads account. I don't know how that's going. I'm like, have fun with that.
Yeah, I just
Oh,
started that
Lord.
too. I'm a little confused about that already. But yeah,
It's just another way for Meta to get your information and feed you ads.
keep it forever. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's right.
so,
That's right.
yeah, but yeah, so Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook. Those
All
are
the
main-
things.
Perfect. And Threads.
and
Maybe not.
Threads. Yes, don't know how long that's gonna last, but
Yeah.
yeah,
See.
we'll see.
It seems
try.
sort of Twittery to me, but I think that's what it was
It's
going
the
for.
Twitter
Yeah.
replacement for Meta users, Facebook users. So I don't even have an account.
Mhm.
I'm like, you have fun with that.
What a
No,
crazy
I'm
world
out.
we live in.
I mean, I remember when social media wasn't a thing. Life was so much simpler.
It sure was. Absolutely.
Yeah,
It was.
payphones and yeah.
It really was.
When we were younger, back in the good
when
old
we
days.
walked uphill
Yesterday.
both in the snow barefoot. No, just kidding.
You know what
Both
I'm glad
ways.
about? I'm glad about there was no social media or video cameras during port calls when I was younger.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
saying.
Although I do have a videotape, a VHS tape from Brad's crossing the equator back in
Oh.
1991. And there are some precious moments on that.
I'm
that will
sure there are.
never see the light of day.
Oh, to be
Moment.
able to watch that would be
Oh,
funny.
We got the picture that's in the purse. We got this VHS tape.
yeah.
all
Oh,
the
there is
things.
another little video of Brad doing a flash mob to Thriller that was
Oh,
that was forced upon him by the commanding officer when he was the acting command master chief
Mm,
at a Navy ball.
nice.
this sounds like a whole new side of Brad we need to see.
Oh, he definitely has his moments.
Yes, those moments.
I love it.
Ah,
Well, thank you so much for being on the show tonight. We had a great time with you. We
well,
really
thank you.
did.
This was a lot of fun, and it was great getting to chat with you and answer some questions. So, thank you.
Yes,
great.
definitely. And this podcast will be uploaded either tomorrow or Friday, and it'll be available on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and all the major platforms. Thank you again for watching. Make sure you subscribe to us, to TrailRecon, to everybody, and support all of our fellow YouTubers and Facebookers. Thanks, guys. Have a great night.
Good night.